Welcome to Talk About Paint Club. As we were going live, Nicole just fell off the face of the planet. So I'm going to be trying to still do a little housekeeping of making sure everybody gets to see the show where it's coming from. And we're going to give Nicole the time to show up or get back on. So give me 1 minute. And yeah, so please bear with me. All right. And let's see, that's the Paint Club's channel. And yep. Hello. All right, cool. Let's see. Glowman. And then there we go. All right, guys. Control V and set post. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, cool. All right. All right. So we can't see Nicole yet, but we're here. I don't know where she is, but we're live and that's all cool. Let's see. Somebody's already screaming at the chat. Hey, what's up? Jumped in. The second notification came. I missed this. Hey, Dylan, how's it going? Thank you. Makes feel a little warm. Let's see. We're going to see about getting. There we go. If that can bump Nicole, or maybe Nicole is just. Are you doing something on your iPad that the good Lord doesn't want you to do? Probably. All right. Okay, so there we go. Show on stream again. All right, and there we go. There's Nicole being hidden.
Nothing.
Cool. Are you messing around with your iPad, and that's why?
I'm not on an iPad.
Okay. So why? Okay, hey, there we go. There's an ad.
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
No. It was just fine up until the moment you stood up.
Yep. I'll be back. Bye.
All right, you guys. Oh, it's back still. All right, so let's see. Here's the big revelation for. I don't know. Do we have a revelation for the day? So let's see. Where do we go? All right. We have been out and about for a long time. It's been a few weeks. So we're gonna get our sea legs back and up and running. Got to check out the show notes, see what we're doing. All right. So until Nicole comes in, I'm going to be fueled on one assumption that we're not going to do a reveals for the color of the month until the end of this month. I'm also going to be fueled on the assumption that we won't be spinning a color of the month for this month. Maybe. So those might be the breaks. Yeah. So Dylan, I hope you're doing well. Tonight, the goal is to paint and be chill. With a lot of crap going around in the world and around the world, in our even in our own pocket environments, and with the stressors going all over the place, I told Nicole that despite like having a list of topics that hey, there she is. So as being, hey, what's up? All right, cool. So as I was getting on to, so tonight, despite the idea that I had a bunch of topics I wanted to talk about, some of them are more likely or not than not to uh, inflame
No, dear God.
personally. That I decided to not want to go down many of the roads that I wrote down as topics of discussion. So as opposed to that, I wanted to very much have this as a paint and chill time. So there will be live painting, not from New York, but live painting. Oh, Nicole is, but and just talking about whatever chill subjects. Like there are things that I'm just going to be looking over at my list, and if it's brought up, I'm going to be like, new topic, move along. So this might be like the most moderated conversation we ever have, just because there's shit I just don't want to talk about.
I'm with
Like,
you.
you wanna poke the bear? Go see shit on Facebook.
I don't know.
But yeah, so chill. So that being said, like there's told the girl I had a date with tonight that I had COVID, so I wouldn't.
You're such a liar. Shut up, Dylan. No, you didn't.
Dude, that's dedication. You say thank you.
I say, liar, liar, pants on fire.
I'm gonna take it as a compliment.
You know, what was it last week when we didn't go live? He goes, "Oh, Rick, I'm sorry," and I was like, "Rick didn't go live. It's fine."
No, that's fine too. You just be like, tell people, hey, got a podcast to go watch. It's live, and I don't want to watch the recordings. I want to be interacting with it. You'll be like, why? Because it's fucking fun.
I love that you said your sister's podcast, because at this point I have I've had the ability to convince so many people just by saying shit that I'm related to I don't know how many people at this point. I've convinced people that Rick is actually my godfather, that JFO is my cousin. In the JFO group chat, I have convinced people that he is my cousin.
Well, you're repeating the lie enough to where people are believing you.
Yeah, it's great. She catfished me last week. Oh, God.
Well, all right. Maybe
That's
that should be
a happy subject, Dylan. You missed the point of what we started with here. Nice, chill conversation. This motherfucker starts with, "Oh, I got catfish last week." Well, that's one way to chill. Have a more.
And the only reason he got catfish is because we couldn't get here in time.
Yeah.
So let's see. Well, why? We weren't here last week due to the joys of sleep deprivation. So, for those who don't know, because I think I keep a pretty constant dialogue about this, I have horrible sleep issues. And last week, after going 4 days with just a handful of hours, whatever I had in the tank, I kept it for my Make-A-Wish kid. Met my Make-A-Wish kid at the met my Make-A-Wish kid in person for the first time. We ended up spending about 2-3 hours painting, which was a lot of fun. Didn't finish, but then as soon as we were done, I was like, I'm done too. Like, I may have stayed up for another 18 hours afterwards, but I was like,
mentally,
the Red Bull fuel tank was done.
Yeah.
My desire to do anything, done. And yeah, so it was very much like, I am not.
It's like, love you, bye. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, sorry guys, but I am not going to be showing like what sleep deprivation looks like live unless I absolutely have to. And yeah, so
I'm pretty sure everyone knows what my sleep deprivation face looks like here.
so yeah. I mean, you guys have seen it plenty. You guys have seen at least one level or two of it plenty of times, and this one this felt bad, and I just didn't want to contend with it. So yeah, it's easier to say see you later than to try and explain a behavior later on. So all right, so let's see. What are you working on before? What are you drinking before I start?
Liquid Life, aka coffee. Coffee. I have water here also, but it's paint water, so.
Hey, Cherry. All right, you're waiting for a 24 stream.
Cold
I've
day. Cold day.
I've been considering that, or at least going until I feel like passing out. There's two problems with that. And one is like, of course, we will be taking potty breaks, and I don't like I don't like hearing other people eat, so there would definitely be a food break one way or one time or another.
Yeah, we would do shifties.
So that would be like the only dealy bob for that.
Yeah, we would do shifts. You would go take a snacky break, and I'd be like, look what I'm doing, people. And then I go on my snack break, and then it's like when you come back and you give your coworker the break, you relieve your coworker from his break.
Right. So that's just things we would have to work out well in advance, but 24-hour paint session. I would probably be doing it backwards than what a lot of YouTubers do or painters do. And see if that strategy holds true. Like a lot of times I've seen guys just do like massive like hauls in work time, and like hats off to you for doing it. But like in my opinion, I think that instead of like just working on one project to the end, I would be doing two, of course, but I would have them in two different stages. I would have one as a let's get it done. Where it's at the last quarter. So you start out with a partially done, but you can finish it live, and then you can also start or work on something that has a lot of big areas to do. So when you're getting closer to fatigue, it's going to be okay that if you make mistakes, because you're not doing fine tuning at that point in time, you should still be in the like 50 to 75% phase. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that would be my it'll be like that scene in Happy Gilmore if you guys do a 24-hour. My fingers hurt. They could. You'll also get to see. There would also probably be a time where you're going to be like, "Wow, look at that! Compressor's making noise."
Well, no, I'll pause it for stuff like that. It's it only runs for like 40 seconds. It only needs to get to like to actual pressure. And
for an airbrush?
Oh, I thought you meant for me resin casting. Sorry, I'm being selfish. I'm just going into like, what am I going to do?
So yeah, that would be like if I, and that's why I would have like that 25% that's like to be finished first, so that you could actually, so that chances are there's not going to be airbrush for that 25%, and you could have like yeah. So we think about these things to make sure that everybody gets. I would
love to see how many things I can resin cast in that 24 hours.
That's cool. I had to think about that. Like the next few,
not the Glow Man Dan speed.
The next few weeks are, I don't want to say busy, but they are filled. let's see. So like next week, I get to this Friday I get to go hang out with my Make-A-Wish kid and hopefully finish his piece, which would be nice. And then, excuse me, and then, yeah, that Saturday is the 17th, 16th. Happy, what's it called? St. Patrick's Day to y'all who aren't going to celebrate it the day before or the day after. Like, I imagine there'll be plenty of partying on Saturday. And then what else? All right, so then we have Dead Week, the next two, so the 22nd and the 29th. 22nd is I will be at the paint battle or art battle in the Mall of America. So I'm going to post a link. If you're subscribed to this channel on YouTube, which I would hope you are, we'll get there. I promise. We're still just doing a little upkeep. Thanks to Nicole's Tangent, it just requires a little more work. Not because of Nicole's Tangent, but it's like, oh yeah, it just serves as a handy reminder. So yeah, so we're gonna have 2 Dead Weeks in March. In theory, so I will post a link on for the art battle on this website, and I'm probably do it on Paint Club.
I think he means what's the piece for your art battle?
A painting. I don't have a definitive image yet. It might be one of those back there, but
I love that. A painting.
Yeah, it's a painting. You know, I'm gonna go in, have 20.
But Dylan, it's a painting.
It's a painting. It's going to be a 20-minute 20-minute modern art masterpiece. There you go. And yeah, so that's cool. Somebody's digging me. And then what else we're going with? So that, and then yeah, we're totally off the 22nd and the 29th, and then when we come back, the 6th, we'll come back on the 6th of April, and we might we might fudge the day. That is also our annual Hobbit weekend where Alicia and I do
Right.
So we had not set a time yet, and then we had to settle on one because we're having guests, and that's cool too. So we're having guests, and so we're gonna see. I might push for us to have it on Sunday, just to make sure that we're not rushing around, or that I don't feel like gastronomically challenged when we're actually like here, because that could be a thing.
Gastronomically challenged.
Yeah.
I know. I just like how you say words.
Well, thank you. I do love my words. Yeah. Okay. So then, for tonight, though, what's the piece? Funny enough, it could have been the color of the month had I finished it, but it is the Space Squatch by ETC Toys. It's going to a show in a couple weeks, and I'm
Tim's
pretty
Toy.
much.
Tim Toy.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much wrapping it up tonight. I'm pretty certain I'll be finishing it up tonight. This is cool. I ended up having so I made them at my own risk to be Masters of the Universe colorways. So of course, this one's Beastman, and I did not paint his helmet to match the equipment here. I painted it very much to be like the way hockey goalies have fancy ass helmets and shit. So little tiger stripes on the back, blue panels. Fucking some of the panels have eyeballs in them, and the visor is nothing more than just like a luchador mask, and I freaking love it. So yeah, hopefully tonight I'll finish this guy up, and then the other one is Merman. So see, two Masters of the Universe guys, and I did paint this one partly live. I remember doing it in front of Kevin, and here's his helmet. It's very much Miami Dolphins, like with that.
Oh, that's
blue
so
green.
That's so.
So yeah, so thank you. So yeah, this one's almost done. I just need to go take it downstairs and hit it with the little airbrush. And this guy's mostly done. I just have to do some highlights on some of the fur. But these are very much cases. These are very much what the example would be like. If this is what a 25% toy would look like, that we'd finish in the first 2 hours.
I like it.
So, yeah. So then, yeah, and the joy of doing this is like, all right, all I'm going to be doing tonight, or not all, but the majority of what needs to get done on this guy is I've taken a very thin down paint with some appropriate medium in it to just make sure I'm painting all the recesses, so you can see like this black line here. I just put that in. You can see how well it defines these two areas, and that's pretty much what I'm doing tonight. You know, I have my glaze mixed up right here, and yeah, we're gonna be just going. And if I miss a spot, you know, we're gonna try and fix it, rectify it right now. So everybody in the chat, hope everybody's doing well. If you're going to make something with purpose and be proud of it. If you're not going to, make a drink. Be proud of that. So yeah. All right. Paint. And then it also seems like we have abandoned, but not really, the color of the month concept. Once Nicole jumps back on, we'll address that to a reasonable standard. Like I said, paint and chill. Any Oscar predictions tomorrow? I didn't know it was tomorrow. No, I am kidding. I've totally been aware it was the Oscars, not because of the Oscars itself, but because Jimmy Kimmel hasn't been on. And other than that, I really don't know what's up for what category. I expect though, just because the way
Dylan, Oscar prediction. My cousin's movie is gonna win Best Movie.
Okay, there you go.
And that's only because I really, really, really want to see.
But like, that's cool. We could have done a Paint Club Oscar prediction night.
I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow before the Oscars.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of funny because people like have been posting like that they're watching it and they're like, "This movie is really fucking weird." I'm like, "Yeah, I've heard. What do you mean? How dare I? Because we saw Oppenheimer together. I'm sorry. Family over everything." Family over everything.
Must be a reference I don't get.
Yeah, being a fucking Italian.
Oh.
It's the family.
Oh,
Do it for the
okay.
family. Are you not my brother? I mean, by genetics, no. By what you are in my phone as the one that I've never asked for. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, young Padawan.
All right.
I think I
Oh
actually.
yeah. I guess next year we could do Oscar predictions. I did not consider that. Like I said, the only reason I knew it was happening is because Jimmy Kimmel wasn't on this week. So
That's fair.
there is that. Thoroughly enjoyed Seth Meyers this week. He was pretty funny.
I haven't seen his show in forever.
I never watched. By the way, I was at the twins' birthday and then got blah blah blah. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, like I didn't get turned on to Seth Meyers until the pandemic, and it was only because I was visiting a friend or friends, and yeah, of course, it was the same visit that I finally got introduced to weed. So there is that too.
The cannabis.
So draw your own conclusions from that.
I've liked him since SNL.
I'm going to say August of 2022. That was it.
I liked him in SNL. Oh, because I got booted off. What I'm working on is dear God, and no pun intended.
Yeah, what are you working on?
No pun intended on me saying, "Oh dear God," as I'm saying that. So here's an example of what we're going to be giving away. What I'm going to give the kids. It's a heart. Yes, it looks just like a plain ass heart. It is. It's air dry clay. There's soil inside of it and a whole bunch of seeds. So you plant this shit. Wildflowers are going to grow everywhere. Because I'm teaching them tomorrow with. Hold on. Let me grab an example with these things from my the little resin things that I make. They come in these single plastics, and you know me, reduce, reuse, and help the environment. So we're going to make little grow thingies with this. So there's 2 holes on the bottom already for venting.
Oh, right on.
I have soil for them, and since I teach at a church, and this is during Easter, and what happens in the Bible after, on Easter, what happens on Easter? Come on, class. What happens on Easter in the Bible?
Stays in Easter. It's like Vegas, right?
I almost choked on my coffee. Don't do that. Damn, I was hoping somebody in the chat would answer. What? No, I don't give up things for lunch. Because
you're not. You might get.
If you can't give up shit for Lent and you're not going to actually do it, don't do it because it's disrespectful. So I learned.
You might get responses from some of the people in this chat, but I promise you, they're going to be like,
Jesus takes a breather on that Sunday. There you go. So like, these are going to be.
I'm going to promise you that, yes, they're going to give you an opinion that's probably informed, and not very spiritual.
Trust me. Let me tell you, this is not because I want to do it like this. It makes sense for what my fucking job is. Anyways, so this is going to be filled with soil, and then these crosses. These little clay crosses have one of these seeds in it, which is a butterfly bush. So they're going to plant it in here, and it's gonna rise from
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Thank you. Okay. So, of course, my stepdad's dumbass goes to me, "Why are you making a gravestone?"
Yeah.
Because he thought I was saying we're going to plant it like this. And I was like, buddy, what? Like,
Did you
see,
call him buddy?
did it. See, I thought like this is the one time I was like, okay, I'm going to connect my craft to whatever the fucking stupid goddamn holiday this is. So they're going to plant the cross or whatever, and it's going to be a butterfly bush, which is a huge pollinator, and it's obviously to promote pollination. And then I'm going to have them go home with these, which is the or the wildflower ones, which is a mix that I made of like different perennials and annuals and stuff. And I want them to just toss it somewhere. Toss it in the woods, toss it in your yard. Don't toss it in a sewer, obviously. Like, toss it in some dirt at some place. Go home with this. Go help the environment type shit. So I made a whole bunch of hearts, like 24 hearts. So right now I'm working on 24 crosses with these seeds, with butterfly bushes. It's called milkweed, but butterflies and caterpillars feed off of that shit.
Yeah.
And I was going to paint something, like, as I was mentioning to you earlier, and then I realized, oh shit, I have class tomorrow. And technically, since this is air dry clay, I need 24 hours with this. So since I don't actually have 24 hours with this now, you can put it in the oven for the very, very, very lowest like temperature for such a short period of time. So I'm going to do that little jig after we're done. So I had to recycle obviously a ton of these fucking plastic balls, but I pulled out like 30, which tells everybody how many of these things that I own, but 30, and I was like, okay. So then I pulled some aside for myself because they have like certain color ones for different holidays and shit like that. Like Valentine's Day was red, Easter's purple. So I am color coding my seedlings for my garden and using these as my starter, like to keep the recycling going versus like using like little plastic like planter thingies or whatever. I'm going to use these things and start my seeds and have them color coded. Like, oh, vegetables are in the red, flowers are in the yada, blah blah blah. Blah. You get it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm trying to keep as eco-friendly as I can, since I don't know. You know me.
Yeah.
I like to help the earth live. while a lot of us are watch it die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my part. And like I know these kids are gonna be so like whatever. But I got the cutest. Okay, because I don't have to go far to grab anything. I'm all in one spot right now. So for this, I also have the cutest little fucking mister that I'm gonna use for them to like water their plants to start. Look at this thing. It's like a little iridescent.
Oh, cute.
It was $3 at Target, and I'm gonna use it for myself like later on. But I'm also.
Let's see it spray.
No, I'm not filling it with. Okay, hold on.
1 squirt. Come on.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, you've just talked it up. We all get to see it squirt.
Did I fill it up enough here? Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. There you go.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting my clothes wet. So that happened.
So that I'm gonna give you an idea of how useful that's going to be. Do you have any other use for it after you're done with it tomorrow?
Well, my garden, yeah, but then I have two of them because I wanted to see what I could do for one of them art wise, because like one for my plants, because I'll take it with me when I go like when they're outside too. But I bought two of
Okay.
them since they were only $3. I was like, my whole new thing has been, oh, this is cheap. What can I do for art? How can I reuse this? Or like, is this a steal? Or, like kind of like, what are my cheap art finds and how, like, to get revigorated into all of this stuff. What's your
All right,
suggestion? Is it
all right.
art? Is it art?
Yeah, yeah, dude. If you have a palette, if you use just a strange, or not a strange, a plain, straight up dry palette, um, you can always mist it. Because see this? I keep this on hand so that after I get my palette set up, let's say I set up 3, 4 colors, I might just give it one quick mist. And I'm sure you guys have seen me do this live, and that just helps keep the paint hydrated while I'm using it in lieu of a wet palette. It's not like the ideal, but again, it keeps it from drying out while you're waiting or while you're working with it. So that's a handy use for it.
Like
Yeah, like this was my dollar bottle at Target in their travel section, and it's it serves its purpose because, well, one, it's tiny, and two, it does its fucking job.
I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Target travel or $1 to $5 section.
That's
section.
handy. I mean, like especially like when it's cold outside, when it's cold, you have your heater on, right? And that change to your environment is going to affect your paints, whether or not it's going to, and more often than not, it's just going to help accelerate your dry time. So, Mister like that is going to help.
Now I'm excited because I kept thinking, like, I wonder what I'll do with this thing. And I knew there was probably going to be like there
especially
had
like
some kind of use.
And if you do any palette knife painting, like something like that would be a must.
Stop it, because I was literally okay. So I started I followed her for forever, but Josie Lewis, who I love to death, she's like really like known for her like thick paint and stuff like that. I followed her, and because I follow her, you know how Instagram's like, oh, follow this person,
Yeah.
And all these like texture painters. So I bought a whole bunch of gloss medium, like extra heavy gloss medium. I bought light modeling paste to mix with it, and I bought a bunch of palette knives, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. That is so good to know. Look at you.
And then in the summertime, if you don't have air conditioning, it's also going to help dry your paint up fast.
I thought you meant if I didn't have air conditioning to squirt myself in the.
You could do that too.
Like, what? Oh, I love that. And then I got to show you this other amazing find that I got. It was at Michael's.
Okay.
It was $10 on clearance because I'm not doing that shit. Like that after that $40 photo album I showed you, or the photo store thing, and then it went on sale for like $15. Yeah, no.
Well, I'll show you my fun retail find when you're done.
So it is a turntable, and this is a silicone mat.
Nice.
So I've been doing my little like resin stuff on there, like those little like jig, resin things. All that good stuff. I love that thing. It was only $10, and it was on from like 30, I think.
Cool.
And it's so useful just for like Even paint, like even this right now for like drying the shit, lay it on that silicone mat.
Can we please not say squirt?
Shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
no.
You are
Squirt.
over 30. Grow up.
Squirt and moist. That's the way.
Even I don't even like the word moist, and I mute him. Just mute it. It's like, you know, people in the comments that have to say shit.
All right, dude. You see that? TenCure, right?
TenCure, yeah.
It's the best for doing on 3D prints,
Yeah,
even though I don't
absolutely.
need it for a 3D print.
Yep.
How much does this shit run?
$50.
How much?
50.
50. Are you ready? My hand's covering the price.
Nice.
So I bought 2.
Nice.
So like, they're like, oh, it's a day past, or it's like a week past expiration, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's still good.
As long as it's not open, it should be.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's still good. For $20 for an experiment like that, it's cool for me. Like, you know, I'll probably I'm printing my prototype this week, or I'm printing the master this week. So, yeah, if I get the mold done, all I have to do is cough up funds for resin. So that's exciting too. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave camera for a second. I'm gonna get some stuff to show because I've been busy. So hang cool, Teddy.
Dylan, can we not say squirt? Like I said, you are over the age of 30, so get it together. Also, if I get all these, I doubt I'll get all these done. But if I get all these done, I'm gonna be making a bake. I'll probably do tomorrow. I'll have to show it next time. I'm making a bacon, egg, and cheese from the little mini version things that I make, because I think being from New York, we need a bacon, egg, and cheese. When he's done coming, am I teaching on Easter? Probably. I don't know what I'm teaching. I think they have eggs. Like I saw in the cabinets, like in my office, these boxes of like plastic eggs. So I'm presuming I made Logan a bracelet. I actually have to see you. I made Logan a bracelet. And it has a cute little charm on it too. There's a cute little flower charm on it. My little sweet pea. She is such a little sweetheart.
All right.
I'm telling you, her sister gonna give her a run for her whole fucking money. As the sister that gave a run.
So let's see.
For the money, Dylan,
Taking a break from painting the TV.
Give her a run for her fucking money.
All right, are we back? I sent you the profile of the girlfriend. Okay, I don't need to see this girlfriend. All right, so my pups, very near and dear to me. Do I have one over here? I don't have one in this room. I do. I have a prototype. All right. So here is my 3D prototype of the pup. We know it. We know and love it. It's my baby. And so I have taken to printing them with a filament printer so I can be low res. And the epitome of this low res adventure, it's an extension of how I used to print in college, was to start making them start to purposefully glitch the print, and to have it low res, so it all looks like it would be like right out of an old cathode ray TV or a CRT for anybody not born in the 21st century. And so I have 1, 2, 3
Rick
different
doesn't
sizes.
make copyright infringement. He will customize them.
What do you mean? Rick, have you made any Star Wars creatures before?
Like he never created one like in a sculpt and said, "Oh, look, this is mine."
Right. No. The most I've done is paint a Boba Fett skin on a stormtrooper, just like kind of like this. Like, no, I don't make Star Wars stuff. So this is as close as you're gonna get. So this is my Ahsoka. This is an Ahsoka trooper. I just haven't finished yet. So, haha.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good looking. Unfortunately, I have like 4 more of those in case that's successful. So yeah, so the normal pop-up. And then what I did is I glitched it. So I fucked up the X and Y axis. I sliced it, and then I fucked it up into XY slices so that, yeah, it looks like it's messed up, but it's not. And then with the filament, I ended up getting so I made a 2-inch version to see how well it'll do. And this size is great because of the resolution I made. I lowered the resolution of the filament, so you get a lot of those lines, which for an old TV, perfect.
Yeah, for the glitch effect, badass.
And then I've been using the 2-tone filament so that you actually get the crossover of the filaments going back and forth, right? So that helps add to the glitch effect. And then the funny part is with this one, you can put the little itty bitty ones on top, so that's rad.
No.
Oh
wait, put one in the middle of it. Put one in the middle. Put one in the middle.
I like that. Yeah. Isn't that fucking cool? So then I'm going to print up. So I got to take the master 3D file, and I want to slice it up 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to have it into 5 different pieces so that I can print each piece separately, and then or then I can cast each piece separately and then stick it all together like this. And so yeah, so then I ended up printing a black version with a lower res, but my temperature was high. So I have to clean it up, but yeah, this one I'm actually going to paint. But yeah, I really dig, I dig the lines because it helps sell the effect, and that's what
I'm going. Are you talking about how does like the iridescent shine?
What do you mean?
Like how long? That's how the filament prints, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. That's the. Thank you, Dylan. These are all been prototypes. But yeah, no, the filament actually comes in 2 colors. It's glued together. It comes in 2 colors, and the way it melts is the way it does it. Like on one of the little printers, I have to have the thing not facing but to the side, or it just becomes like blue on the back and pink on the front, and then you get a little bit of that play on the sides. But on this one, it goes like, it's nice because I have it going back and forth, and I really like how that works. So that's what I've been doing.
You're using the word sheen would be
no, the sheen's fine. Sheen is how the shine effect. Try sounds smart, but it's fine. It's a 2-tone. Go with 2-tone color. Sheen is how it shines, whether it's matte,
color shift, sheen, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because then the black one it would be sheen too.
Yeah. So like, you use your words, and we'll try and figure out what you say. It's a 2-way street for communication. All good.
Trust me, I don't fucking make any sense 95% of the time I say shit, so.
We just have to have our English to Nicole dictionary. It's cool.
Yep, it's like when I go and talk to my uncle's wife, my aunt, in French. We have to have translators set out in the middle of the table.
Which handy, right?
It is handy. So Dylan, just so you know, because you mentioned my Uncle Al, my Uncle Frank is moved back from Maryland, and he actually moved down the street from me into his parents' old house. So theoretically he's my cousin, but he's like literally like my grandmother's age almost, or like he's like 70 something, 80 something years old. So generationally or whatever. Because she was way younger than, or like, you know, her brothers were having babies. Like if you look at
have you seen the Paul Bettany movie called Uncle like Frank?
That. And he moved down the street, and I had no fucking idea, and I just got so stoked because Dylan knows my family's family, the Borchetta family. They all kind of left and have died off and all that shit. And this motherfucker moved back, and I was like, what? Like I got so hyped. So I'm not gonna bother him until he's fully moved in yet or whatever, because he's older and I ain't trying to bother him. But he literally lives on the corner of my street, like where it ends. Like when I leave my house and I leave the street to like go anywhere, there's his house. And his son was so happy to find that out. Why did he move back? Because he's not like 80 years old, my man. His kid lives in, like, one of them lives in New Rochelle, and then the other one lives in like Las Vegas. He's going to move closer to his grandkid and all that stuff. So he...
All right. Excellent. Yeah. Cool. All right. Now what do we do? Dang, man. Rick, how's Bad Batch been? I don't know. I don't care for that animation style, so I have not watched it. My wife is watching it, and she's giving me updates, but I really can't stand that animation. So I don't watch it. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know what it is. I'm gonna fathom a guess, but yeah, I just can't stand it. So I just don't watch it. I ask Alicia for like what happened, because she'll give a pretty decent rundown, and she doesn't know all the Star Wars lore like I do. So it is kind of nice to be like, oh yeah, all right, they're doing that because of this. And like she has said that like she could see like how they're trying to retcon the Abrams trilogy with everything they're doing now. And it's like, yeah, you know, whether or not Star Wars had that big plan all along, or if they're just like, oh, emergency, we have to fix Abrams fuck ups, and they're doing it now. I don't know. So yeah, there is that. Yeah, Is Rebels animated the same way? It is. Yeah, I can't stand that. Like, and I think I've talked about this. There's only one thing I have actually sought for in Star Wars Rebels, and I've watched it, and that's the Obi-Wan Darth Maul fight. Like, I really appreciate the simplicity of that duel.
It's good.
Yeah.
It really is good.
Like, yeah, watching Obi-Wan one-shot Darth Maul, that's pretty fucking rad. Like, and how he does it, it's like cool. He's had 30 years to scout out that dirty move or that cheap shot, and he was fucking prepared. And he lured Maul into throwing that shot, and it fucking worked, and he paid the price for it. Cool. Like, end of story. Like, I was excited to see that Darth Maul was in, what do you call it? In the Solo movie. I was like, oh, cool. We're going to see, like, that storyline, and that's fine. Like, I don't hate the storylines. I just, like, Star Wars is eye candy. It's, you know, like, the stories they're okay, but, you know, like, nowadays it's pretty much an old trope. And if you fall in the same camp with JFO, like, you know, Star Wars content is Star Wars content. We never did I think you would see that much content ever. And he's right. But I can't stand looking at it. So, yeah. So that puts me at a disadvantage. That's all right. So when it comes to Ahsoka, you knew the lore, or did you have to read up on it? I knew the lore. I knew the lore because I read up on it. I let my obsessive compulsive energy do its thing, and also, you know, like, there are plenty of YouTubers out there that do, like, the whatever speculation is out, whatever speculation needs to happen, and I just, you know, you and they can give you the run. Some people will give you the rundown in about 20 minutes or less, or what to expect, or what they expect to. So, you know, you just kind of, like, let an expert do their thing, and if they're wrong, well, unsubscribe. If they're right, keep them around. So, yeah, like, I am not above giving, or yeah, I'm not above, like, dismissing the way YouTubers present things or the information they do. But, you know, if it's wrong, it's wrong, and then, you know, just it's just as easy to unsubscribe from somebody who as it is to subscribe. And, you know, if they're wrong, they're wrong. And I almost never like to call out YouTubers that are, like, so glaring, or just, like, I don't want to say stupid, but, you know, if they give you bad information, you know, it's like, I feel like an unsubscribing from them is more powerful than putting than putting negativity in their comments, because partly is because YouTube wants to see that kind of exchange, right? They want that kind of I don't want to say connectivity, but they want interaction. YouTube wants to see interaction, which, cool, and of course they do, and that's fine. But, you know, if they're wrong, they're wrong. Like, I have unsubscribed to a couple of creators who insist on using AI in their shit, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. That's, like, even if you're, like, an actual art content creator, and you're gonna go be lazy and use AI. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. But yeah, like interaction on YouTube is great. I've had a couple of my videos, my shorts hit like the 2,000 mark, which I'm like, wow, that's cool. And I don't have 2,000 subscribers on the other channel, but it's cool. Like I don't understand how the shorts get bought and sold, or how that part gets consumed. But cool.
I think it's like attention span,
Yeah, and it could be. Like one of the shorts I made is like 8 seconds long, so it's long enough to where it pops up into a feed, but it's short enough to where like they don't have time to scroll by or scroll through. But then again, it's only like 7 seconds long. So if 1,000 people watch the 7-second video, that's only like an hour's worth of viewing, right? And YouTube wants a lot of views before they even think about saying like, hey, you're close to monetizing. Ooh. Excuse me. Throw that carrot. Put that carrot on a stick for me. Like yesterday, I got this my Rooney Mara tribute video had.
Oh my god!
It's also I'm in competition with. Okay. And like last night or yesterday, I got this cool product. An additive for acrylic paints that is supposed to like make your paint behave like an oil for special effects, mainly weathering effects. So I came home, and within 7 hours, I had a test video made or shot, edited, and uploaded, which is like the fastest I've ever done something like that. And yeah, it's like I don't know. I think it scored like 25 views total right now. I'm like a little disappointed because it's a brand new product that I know certain communities are very happy to have, and it's like, oh, I guess nobody else wants. I guess well, I'm just a little fish in the great big pond. 29 views. So yeah.
Big pond.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a huge pond. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know all the tips and tricks for making videos go farther than what I do. Like I think my most viewed video is like got 300 views, and my least is probably like 10. My dog shorts seem to do better. But like for my shorts, like anything that I can make a minute long, and sometimes I even just showcase a toy or something that I've painted. I just shoot a 10-second video of that to have it up there. And I'm just treating YouTube kind of like an advanced form of Instagram. And yeah, so it's also funny like how many people you can get to follow you from one platform to another, but asking people to subscribe, like you get like I have 1,000 friends on Facebook, which that number has gone down. For numerous reasons. I'm not gonna. We're scooting on the edge of me saying move along. But yeah, so Facebook, I have like 1,000 friends, not followers on Facebook, but I have almost 2,000 on Instagram, and I have under 200 subscribers on YouTube, right? And if I get everybody who's subscribed to me or who's following me on Instagram subscribed onto YouTube, that'd be cool. Person turquoise waving. Hello, Robin. How are we doing tonight? Are you in turquoise or are you just person turquoise? I don't know. I don't get the turquoise reference. I don't know if I meant to. I would like to think I'd stay hip to your expressions. Not bad. My toes are cold. Oh, good. But you can feel them, right? So that's the best part, right? Like you can feel your toes. All 10, right? How is the recovery going? We're going to ask that since I get to have it live. And then I'll move on from that. My ankle is on no pain meds. Oh, that sounds like progress, right? Mostly stable, pretty weak and stable. Right on. That's good. I'm so happy. Oh, man. And I went back to work 3 weeks ago. Oh, very cool. Are you doing anything remote, or did they all force you to be there now? All remote. Perfect. Right? Oh, that's awesome. So they gave you that much time off for your procedure? That's pretty cool. I can't stay long. I have a call with my boyfriend in a few, but oh, I appreciate that's very sweet of you. That's very sweet of you. This is not the channel that needs the algorithm bump, but yeah, I appreciate it so much. I gotta get my Robin insight while I can. Well, say hey to your boyfriend for me, and yeah, keep it real, yeah. Cool. The school district I used to work, the St. Paul Public Schools, they had this interesting thing where you could actually like give your uh, sick days to somebody else if need be, like for your case or something, and then thank you. Have a good night. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my school. I know Robin's now off, but I'll just explain it to everybody. My district had a policy where you could do, you could give somebody else your sick time in the event like cancer treatment or joint replacement or whatever, and then they decided that that showed too much favoritism. So then they implemented the idea that if you wanted to donate your free sick time, free in quotations, right? You could, but it would go into a pool and then anybody could use it. Which sounds very, kumbaya-ish, but at the same time it's like, what if you really just wanted to make sure that like the fellow teacher you've worked years with was taken care of instead of like unknown goofball X. So it had some backlash, and of course, I never got to see the full extent of it or the full development of it. So yeah. All right, we're just gonna put more dots. Okay. And the joy is this guy's been a pain in the ass to do, and I have to go to the other one and paint the hands all over again. So here we go. All right, so there's the hands and the feet, pretty much done. And I'm just got to do it all over again this time. I'm just going to mix up a lighter glaze. A bit of test in an area that may or may not be noticeable. Looks okay, and then we'll go on. And all I'm doing is lining the orange and yellow worst. It's like you've heard this video before or watched this show before. Oh yeah, and on the so on the 24-hour live stream, that's what's going to happen. We're just going to paint yellow and orange, and we'll never get out of that lane. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh. All right, so Nicole had to bail. So we are, it's just you and me, Buttercup. No, so Nicole had to bail. It's all right. We applaud Nicole's efforts to show up on time. and we had a good visit with her. And now, for the next half hour or so, gonna be chill painting. I'm gonna try and police myself to not go down any negative rabbit holes. All right. So no, like I just got invited to another toy show, and the theme is pink. And so yeah, theme is pink. The toys must be pink, which is fine. I just conveniently did a review on like 5 different brands of pink fluorescent paints on my other video, on my other channel, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like prime or base color a toy white, black, and with silver elements to it, and then pick and choose which neon pinks I'm going to cover those areas with, because I had enough brands to show like this is how they behave with this. This is how they behaved on black and on silver, etc., etc. I'm like, cool. 5 different brands of pink should make this thing pretty interesting. Of course, once it goes under the black light, it'll all be the same. Like, that's what we learned. Like, various manufacturers have various coverage issues or qualities. Let's say qualities. But under the black light, they all look the same, and that's pretty cool. Just an add on to the idea, like in the dark world, the same, right? Or I could paint with all the cool texture or all the cool underpaintings of everything, and then just one color and just watch it transform with one freaking color. I don't know. We'll brainstorm it live and see what happens. So what are you doing at the Mall of America, Kid? I am doing a paint competition. Yeah, all right. So if you look up, let's see, on the Instagram, what does it, let me see what it says on the Instagram a bit more. All right, so on Instagram, if you do a search for 2 words, art battle, first thing or two you should see is oh my, look at that. First thing you should see, it would be at least 1 or 2 advertisements for something art battle. And yeah, and if you typed in art battle space MN, you would see several images or videos and pictures of people who have painted stuff, and quite possibly a few live streams of what the event locally would look like. And yeah, so imagine having yes, 3 rounds, but technically it's really 2. So the first and second round are just elimination rounds where they each of the first 2 rounds has 6 painters in there, and I think they pool like the top 2 from each round, and then in the third round, those 4 go against each other, and they crown a winner there. Now, how they crown a winner? That's the next thing. I think. Let's just say you have to download their app, the Art Battle app. It's on the App Store. It's free. And then on the night of the event, you'd find the event on that particular night, and when the voting opens, you go and pick your favorite painter, and the most votes from online people, even people there, they pull out their phones and they start fucking voting on stuff. And in theory, I don't have real confirmation on this, but in theory, you can vote as often as you want. Yeah. But yeah, so you go, you watch you can watch the streams, and then you go find your favorite painting, and then you vote for it. I've seen people come in with a fucking posse of like 8 or 9 people, and they come out the winner. I have never won one of these competitions. I have advanced to the finals a time or 2 or 3, but I've never won. So maybe that'll change this time. It's cool. Like, the paintings get sold off. People buy them online, or people there will purchase them. And I believe it's also a bidding war on the paintings too. I think so. Engagement. It's all about engagement. Like, I'm with you, but it's fun. I've had a painting sell as much as 20 as much as $200. Then I've had one sell as low as 40, so I walked away with $20. The $20 for 20 minutes worth of paint worth of work that's cool. And yeah, this time, let's see. My wife has decided that she can't do it, and she can't go support me anymore. Not that good. That sounds terrible to say it that way, right? All right. So, it ends up being a long night, and it goes way beyond her bedtime. So she can't physically do that anymore. So I have and I've asked one of my buddies if he wants to be my date for that weekend. And what also happens, or what's going on at this one, which is neat, is the representative who runs this areas. It's also her birthday, so she's got a birthday celebration planned at the event, and we're all getting treated to some activity perks for being there. And the facility that we're going at, I'm doing a lot of more ands and uhs tonight because I'm painting. So yeah, we're gonna the event we're at is a place called Fair on 4. So it's like a giant Dave and Buster's like feel. The food is all fair themed because Minnesota has the second biggest fair in the country, and Yeah, so you can get like amazing tater tots and a lot of deep fried foods that you would get at the fair and stuff. And then there's like video arcades. I think there's go karts. There's we're gonna have an axe throwing alley for us, so we can be drunk and throwing axes. So yeah, that kind of that good stuff. And yeah, we're just looking forward to having a good time and seeing some people that I don't normally hang out with. And Kelly's an all-around good egg too. She's helped me, like ever since I've been like figuring out being a stay-at-home painter. Every once in a while, Kelly has I've had to reach out, and Kelly has helped me along. And so doing this is fun for me, and like it's something she's clearly passionate about, and I'm happy to help progress that. And at the same time, like Kelly was also like she was instrumental in how I became a Make-A-Wish participant. It's like one day on Facebook, she just put a blanket post of anybody feel like wanting to do Make-A-Wish, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I had no idea what it would really. I had a vague idea, but not anything close to what actually transpired of how it would work and whatnot. And last year I had a pretty decent time doing it. So when I was asked to come back, I said, okay, that's cool. I can do that. And yeah, the whole process has been positive, and you can't beat that. All right, so I am now just putting on little extra details of Merman to make his skin less flat. So I'm just stippling a lot of little dots and marks, a lot of random marks in kind of controlled fashion to just create some visual interest. And the contrast is way off. And what I'll have to do is put a glaze in later to just tie the dark washes in that I put in the recesses, the really jumpy highlights, and then I'll put a yellowy wash in to just tie everything together. It's like I'm in a garbage phase right now. That's like, so where does the blue-green color of the skin compare to what do you mean? Where does it compare? Like I don't get that. Like I'm painting like he's blue-green here because that's the fur, and then yeah, help me out. Like how much easier is it to deal with those two? Oh, okay. All right, if you look at a color wheel, yellow and orange, okay, blue has the best coverage, pretty much. So then moving around the color wheel, blue has the best coverage, and away from there is purple and green. Purple has really good coverage too, and green, not as good as blue and purple, but good enough. And then you move to red and yellow, and yellow sucks. Red is not as good as purple, and then there's orange, which almost sucks as bad as yellow. In terms of grade letter grading, I would give blue and purple an A for coverage, and or green would get a B, and red would get a C, and then everything else gets D's. They're passing, but man, it's going to take some work. Took a lot of work to get to that passing grade. Does that make sense? Does that help? No, that's cool, man. Like, you might think you're asking that, but seriously, like, the only dumb question is one that hasn't been asked, unless the information has already been presented to you. And in this day and age, with the internet having a very small attention span, I'm going to assume I didn't hit the right audience the first time. And if I did, that assumption is all on me. Then you start mixing other colors with it, and it improves the opacity too. Like what I'm putting on right now is it's a yellow green, and going with that scale, that yellow green should probably be a C, have C coverage. But right now it is going on one coat like a champ, and I'm very pleased about that. But also because it's a yellow green, so it's fairly weak. But I've also added a really light brown to it, like an old bones color, to help brighten it up. And because of that buildup of extra pigment, it's really light colored, and but it's still going on pretty heavy in terms of coverage. So, good. Yeah, so perfect. So yeah, all these little pieces, they had some yellow, green, like kind of just smushed all over the place. And right now I'm going in with this mixture here that is, it's a pale yellow green. So yeah, it's got like a light ivory added to it. Makes it a little more pastel-y, but I'm only covering half of what I originally covered, so I can create some visual interest that way and make it feel like it's highlighted. And yeah, but the goal was to just build up the highlights a little, and just more layers of paint means it's got more visual interest. Let's see, I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna grab a better decent example for you. All right, so I painted this can up a few days ago, and I wanted it to look like a Muppet. Oh, there it is. Cool. So I wanted it to look kind of like a Muppet or something from the Star Wars Cantina. And every one of those hairs starts out with a broad stroke, either purple or blue. The A coverage group. And then I added a little bit of like an ivory to it, so that for the second half of the follicle, so that got hit with a little bit lighter blue, neutralized but brighter. And then the last tips just got hit with that ivory, and it just makes it all pop and look fluffy, right? Yeah, using purple or blue as a base saves a lot of time. Hope that satisfied your inquiry, or hope it was enough, because I don't know how much more I could add to that. And then we'll go back to, I'm going to go back and address the idea of a 24-hour stream. And the only real alignment of planets I'd need to do something like that is I would have to time it to where my wife goes to visit her parents. You're welcome. Goes to visit her parents, because there's no way she's going to tolerate me being up and about for 24 hours. Yeah, so that's the one issue with that plan. And that being said, that means we won't be doing this until thinking about that until summer, because she doesn't go visit them until summer, and stays up there. She'll stay up there a day or two, but right now it's not a favorable time to go visit. More than enough. So those are the two kinks in that idea. I mean, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm still young and dumb enough and bulletproof enough to be able to stay up 24 hours. I mean, hell, I had a couple of those nights already. I didn't want to subject you to it. But it's like, yeah, last week was awful. I'd get up or I'd try and go to bed and just lay there and be mad that I can't sleep. I'm mad at what's keeping me awake, and then just putz around not doing much of anything because I don't feel confident in wanting to handle either the equipment or any of the equipment that requires like a good train of thought. So like, I didn't go use the laser cutter or anything in the wood shop last week because concentration's not there. I'm not doing it. I've already had my handful of injuries this year, no pun intended, and there's no reason to subject myself to anything else. Yeah, so I'm just now. So now I don't have a side by side because I just did it all in one shot. I'm gonna grab a side by side of like, this is what it looks like on a bleached out camera, and then this is what it doesn't look like. Huh. Okay, so yeah, there's the head. We can do that. Well, all right. So Yeah, those specular little highlights. And then I haven't touched the arm yet. So on the head, oh Jesus, there we go. So on the back of the head, my tiny highlights are there, but on the arm, it's not. And so all these like little bits of flair for this have gotten 3 highlights. Got your base yellow, and then yellow mixed with the ivory, and then that ivory mixed with white, and that's pretty much the level I want to go with tonight. So 3 colors for a highlight, I think that's reasonable. You should get that in that anywhere about 3 feet away. That should, or it reads at about a foot away. So if you're standing there at a gallery, which is where this will be, at 3 feet away, the transitions should be pretty sharp. And that's the hope. So then I have fingernails and that. What I'm going to do is I have a glaze over here that I would like to just beef up a tiny bit. Yeah. And because like on the feet and hands, I have like this dark shaded area and really light parts that stand out. I'm just going to go hit it with the glaze overall. It's going to marry the dark layers to the middle layers to the bright layers, and it's all going to make it feel like it's all sits on the right level. And I made sure my glaze is really thin, so like it's just subtle. It's just whole. I'm just putting a plane of glass. It's just like putting a colored plane of glass over top of it, so you just have a super subtle color shift. And after it dries, if it all looks good, I'll be done. I'm not going to do any more to that skin. If it looks like it needs to be beefed up at all, put another layer of glass over top of it and see how they blend. If it looks like it was too dark, I can always take some paint off the palette, touch up areas, bring that up. My paint is like the consistency of skim milk right now, so it's really loose. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And it's thin enough to where it's going into the recesses easily enough. I'm just going to have a good time. In an ideal world, I would have painted the nails at the same time so that this wash could do double duty. Meh. But I skipped it so I could actually just get this part done and move on to the claws at another time. Or nails. And since I've left the nails alone, in theory, I could make some rainbow shit go on there. Just have like rainbow colored nails. That sounds fun, right? All right, now what time is it? Oh, all right. Oh, I've almost been doing this for 2 hours. And it looks like I finished these guys in 2 hours. So mission accomplished, right? All right, so I have 5 toes, 5. So my guy has 5 toes, 5 fingers. That's perfect. So what we'll do is do a little bit of rainbow effect on the nails and claws. So let's figure that out. And because of what I said, we're going to figure out colors that cover fast. So first color up is let's grab a purple. Grab a purple. I don't need more than a drop or 2. And then go with a blue green that I'm running out of. A different blue that because I'm running out of that. And a blue green because blue green has an amazing coverage too. So we're going to go purple, blue, blue, green. And we will do green. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm using 2 different manufacturers. And let's see. We'll go, I'm going to jump from this side to this, and we're going to go grab a red. Actually, even though I think orange sucks for this, because it's so little orange, I think we're going to go with orange instead of green, because I have so much other green on this dude. So we're going to go with orange. All right. Color change on the side. All right, so we're going to start with blue-green on all the pinky parts. Actually, we're going to do it this way. So it'll go blue-green on the pinkies, toes to the bit, and then on the outside or on the thumbs, we'll start with the blue-green. So it'll go this way on the feet and that way for the hands. So there we go. The first of the one coat colors. Okay, blue green's done all around. We'll switch to the blue. One of my favorite blues. Now that I'm doing it on this one, I kind of wish I did it on the other one. But since I already finished, too late. You could repaint it though. Nah. I'm gonna make this guy feel special. Oh, yeah. And then red. And finally, let's see, we're going to grab, I'm actually going to, I have two different oranges on my palette. One is a thicker paint and heavier pigment. So what I'm going to do is mix the two and hope that it was worth it. And it kind of is. So the orange still needs a second color. Or second coat. Yeah, that's not bad if I only need two. But the reason I only need two is because the base I'm building off of is already a yellow brown. So yeah. It's a nice little way to scoot the rules. I mean, like orange paints up just fine. Yellow and orange paint up just fine if you're painting straight onto white. If you have another color, if you're painting on another color that isn't white, it's going to take you multiple coats and be frustrating as hell. Also, when we do the the 24-hour stream, hacks will be shared about why we're doing certain things to be able to, or why I am. I don't know if Nicole will share hacks or if she has any to share, but yeah, I'll share hacks of why we're doing certain things to make sure that it gets accomplished in a timely, quote, use that in quotes, timely manner. So, yeah. All right. All right. Oops. Frustrating when you miss a spot. All right. So anyway, as stated, the plan was to finish both these toys tonight, even though I also grabbed a lot of other crap just in case. But yeah, so show off the work and call it a night. And there we go. Both these guys finished tonight. It's fucking awesome. Mostly. Mostly. All right, so we're done. And I'm going to say thanks everybody for coming back or watching. If you're from the future and you're watching this, give me a time in the comments, or give me a timestamp in the comments that you're actually watching this. That'd be interesting to know. If you're from the present, welcome as well. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Okay. Guess I'm not done. I didn't finish Beastman's eye makeup. But I suppose I'm going to be doing my outro as I fuck around in here. So yeah, if you have yeah, Dylan, nice to see you again. Look forward to the next time you get to hang out with us. It's a great way to come back. Yeah, I'm very happy the way we kept it chill tonight, because it's what we needed. So yeah, thanks guys. All right, so everything, Rick Stroh, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube, the other channel. Thanks for coming. I don't know what rule we're on. I'm going to have a new rule just for tonight. Go make something and be happy with it. All right, see you all next week. Have a good night.